Yeah, Mushi, Iceiceice. We saw Iceiceice went for pretty crazy heroes. Puck versus Puck, I mean, this is really a skill matchup. There's no... Okay, so both of them have gone for different item builds. Iceiceice, no Talisman, 2 Iron Branches. We've seen a lot of the Shadow Fiend players do this with a Wraith Band. Mushi's gone for double salve, more of an aggressive build.
Yeah, Iceiceice went for a fairly greedy build here.
Do you think he's going to get punished by it? I mean, Mushi is a very aggressive
Yeah, he got 2 salves, so I don't see any reason why he can't just play really aggressive on him and just abuse the fact that he has no regen on him, because he will get outlast-hitted if he just goes with the CS war with these items.
So meanwhile, the donkey's hanging around near the rune. It looks like he might use it to scout that rune, but already his hero's here, so what's Mushi up to with this?
30 seconds to battle.
I guess
Mushi,
for later
he's just going to scout the rune, so he can still get the block and check the rune. It's a little risky if Iceiceice would have checked there, but it doesn't look like he's going to, so it should be perfectly fine.
He's going bottom. It's Mushi versus Iceiceice, 2 of Southeast Asia's finest. And we're about to get underway with Game 1. Puck versus Puck. We'll have one mirror matchup, and then if it goes to a Game 3, it'll be Shadow Fiend versus Shadow Fiend. Mushi, well, he'll be blocking the middle lane. It looks like Iceiceice not going to have the creeps on his side. And he'll scout with the courier. Okay, that makes more sense. The rune, going to spawn bottom. It's an invis.
He's probably hoping for like a DD, most likely, or an illusion to give him an early start. That's not going to help him too much, invis.
So some players will leave the rune bottom, and then I saw you did this in a Fistful of Tangos. You go for the double spawn, but he's taking it now.
Well, I'm indifferent. Like, if he could have done that, but he would have just left it there as well. Maybe he wants to get a surprise CS right here or back. I don't know. But yeah, it's not going to be useful. He got 1 CS out of it, but he wanted a DD, he wanted an illusion, but he's not going to get it.
Got him. Surprise CS. And already, it looks like a healing salve coming out. So he starts with the stats build, but he'll back it up with some early regen. And this matchup, can Puck actually find a kill early on? Either player, or is it going to be pretty defensive and kind of war of attrition?
It's completely up to the player's playstyle. They can get really aggressive and force a kill if they want to, because you cannot dodge the orb unless you have a perfect timing with phase shift. So it'll be player-based. I think Iceiceice is going to go more for a farming build because he did not get much regen at all. So it'll be up to Mushi if he wants to be aggressive or not.
Oh no, courier could be a snipe. Mushi jumps in. First courier down. We've seen a lot of dead couriers in the International 3, and it continues here, but Iceiceice, a lot of damage from him. Won't be able to find the kill, so obviously big advantage for Mushi now.
That's a huge advantage because he just has that 1 salve now. He's lucky that he got it before the courier died, but that was some pretty miss micro there, unfortunately, from Iceiceice.
Yeah, I mean, the Puck orb is pretty slow, but to send the courier in all the way here is pretty greedy. It's daytime, you do a vision up that hill. And now an orb forward. Mushi's just really putting the heat on Iceiceice, and there's only that 1 salve left. After this, he's got to wait a while or go Fountain or get lucky on the runes. And if none of those happen, Mushi's going to have the edge. Already, the courier coming out. No talismans up for him, and still he's sitting on a salve.
Yeah, he definitely has a clear advantage here on Mushi. Without that courier, that's really, really, really huge, because if he has to go back, that's going to be free XP, free gold for Mushi to claim. And if he gets 6 first, he's just going to go on him and try and kill him.
Orb flies out again. Mushi, 2-minute rune about to spawn. It looks like it's going to be bottom, and it is an illusion. But they're going at it mid. Both players trading blows. Mushi orbing south after London. Gets silence, barely jaunts out. I think if he does it, he might die there, but well, the
that was very
not long
cute
enough.
from Iceiceice. He almost got that off.
Oh, nice phase shift dodge. The rune's actually bottom. Who's going to get it? Iceiceice, he really might just hope it's a regen, but he'll be very disappointed here.
Yeah, the one thing is will be interesting to see how they skill build. I don't think Mushi expected Iceiceice there to skill silence at level 3. So he has a 1-1-1 build. So what else is going to be very curious for me is what they skill up. I think they should get 2 points in the orb and then go straight into the silence so they can actually get the kill.
Yeah, only 1 point in silence for Mushi, and the same for Iceiceice. Already a level behind. Well, not quite a full level, but he's missing some experience to go for this rune. He'll send the illusions, maybe to pull the wave and be a nuisance. In fact, he might even snipe a courier, but the donkey safely parked at the tier 2.
Oh, he smells it coming, yeah.
Yeah, it's still a donkey. It's still walking courier. Generally in the 1v1, we've seen most players do not upgrade their courier, if at all, until much later on.
Yeah, it's a big investment if you want to level it up early and get the flying courier so you can bottle crow, but sometimes it does pay off. Depends on how good rune control you're going to have. In this game, it doesn't feel like Mushi feels like he needs it, so he's still going to keep the courier back there. He's really scared.
So Iceiceice, he's actually gone for an early magic stick here, and I guess against phase shift, that's pretty good.
It does not proc on the phase shift, no.
Okay.
So it's actually not as great as you may think it would be.
Okay, well, he could have gone for a bottle. He had 400 gold, but opposite by the magic wand, and Mushi now maybe can punish this. He's got 600 gold of his own, and his bottle's coming out. Clear advantage to Mushi.
Yeah, he went for he's going to level up orb, it seems, as well, instead of going back into the silence, which is a very popular build for most Pucks. But I guess he's really confident since, like I said, it's very hard to dodge orb with phase shift at level 1 because it only lasts 0.75 seconds, and the orb is very slow, so it'll linger for a long time and still do the damage even if you do phase shift.
Okay, so if you're MUSHI, you have the advantage here. I assume you want to max the nukes and try and go for a kill?
Yeah, it looks like what he wants to do. Personally, I would prefer going for the silence build. That way you can get on top of him, get the silence down, and then actually be able to get all of your abilities off and just right-click him down so he can't phase shift. But this is a good route to do it too. So I think in this matchup, it's really going to rely on who gets 6 first. Because MUSHI has a clear advantage, as you were stating. If he gets 6 first and can drop the Dream Coil and force a fight with him where he cannot move, that will be in his best interest, and he might be able to pick up an early first blood off that.
As for Iceiceice, he'll throw out the orb again, and a nice dodge by MUSHI. But the wave's pushing against him. There's a regen rune bottom, and it actually looks like MUSHI's going to make a run for it. It's a pretty big rune for him to pick up as well, and he's got a bottle. Whereas Iceiceice, even if he found it, no bottle, and he was basically full HP and mana. So MUSHI, things working out for him again. Iceiceice could have gone for this rune, but he opted not to miss the experience.
Yeah, he already used his orb, so MUSHI saw that, and he just went for it right away. Good news is, for Iceiceice, his courier is back, and the bottle is on the way.
So he'll finally get his bottle. 5 minutes in. CS pretty even here. There's been some creep denies, but still experience now favoring MUSHI. He's already hit level 6, and we can actually take a look at Iceiceice. He's gone for the silence build. 3 points in it already. The slightly more offensive build, as you pointed out, but if you're MUSHI, this is probably when you want to strike before he hits 6.
Yeah, he definitely does.
So for now, Iceiceice continuing to defend the high ground, and both players trading
blows. That's on my throat. Sorry.
Well, hopefully you're recovered. It's MUSHI sort of playing this one patiently. He places an Observer Ward high ground. I saw you relied a lot on Observer Wards in a fistful of tangos. Some players opt to skip them.
I don't think you should. I think Observer Wards are very important. That helps you last hit as well because you can see their animations, especially at nighttime. So if you see him winding back an attack, you can actually react on that and just wait and get more CS. It can help you be more aggressive as well. So I definitely like the Observer Wards.
And he's going in now, throws out the orb. Iceiceice, he thought he was going to jump. And now, Iceiceice, well, he's got 5 stick charges, he's got the bottle, MUSHI with a regen rune. Just slowly pulling ahead here, and we've seen this in almost every matchup for him. He just seems to find a way to get a little more CS and a slightly bigger advantage than his opponent.
Yeah, he is super good at CSing, so taking a war in CS with him is going to be very difficult.
Iceiceice, it's an early flying courier, a Greevel or a Smeevil it looks like, and he'll pick up an Invisor and spotted out by some Radiant Creeps. Now the courier, better run. He doesn't want to lose that thing twice, but it'll escape. It'll be okay in the end. So MUSHI, though, he's getting more CS during this time. The level advantage clearly going his way, 7-5. But Iceiceice Invis not going to be caught here.
Unfortunately, he's not getting the runes he really wants. Invis, it's okay, but he really wants to pull ahead in CS right now, so he would prefer having a DD or an illusion rune at this point in the game.
MUSHI boots up, and there's no boots on Iceiceice. I guess in Puck versus Puck, you have the orb. Maybe it doesn't matter as much, but it's still, generally we've seen like the Shadow Fiend versus Shadow Fiend matchup that the boots make a big difference.
Yeah, in this matchup, it could be good for chasing, but he might actually go in for this.
Iceiceice not porting out already, orbed all the way off his tower. MUSHI zoning him like a boss.
Yeah, he's going to get a big level advantage if he keeps this up. It's already building, and it's going to keep building if he keeps zoning him like this.
Yeah, you look at the levels and the net worth, and both departments favoring MUSHI. It's game 1 of a best of 3. MUSHI, coil online, Iceiceice, phase shift down. And now, driving in, hitting him with a few auto attacks. Iceiceice, does he have his boots yet? Not even close.
Yeah, he's getting really far behind. Once he gets treads up on MUSHI here, he's probably just going to go in for the kill, because with the attack speed and the bonus damage it gives, he can just right-click him down, or just force him back to the fountain and just gain a larger lead. Also, or he might wait for a rune as well.
Absolutely. And also MUSHI is leveling up the silence now. He's getting to that critical mass. In fact, Iceiceice, he's used his silence. MUSHI wants to dive this, throwing out the orb. Is it a first blood attempt? It's not. Looks like he wants to control. Oh boy, here's the rune that MUSHI was hoping for. It's a haste, and Iceiceice, this could be our first blood.
He just orbed too, but it looks like he's going to back right away, so you know something's up. And the Bottle Crow will start. Since he did go for like no points, and well, he did get silenced, but he opted to get the orb first. It's going to be much harder to actually get a kill on Iceiceice, in my opinion. But he will outfarm him for sure.
Yeah, he already popped the haste rune, which sometimes just the threat of it is pretty strong, and now he goes in. He's predicted Iceiceice will retreat to his tower. He's committing, coiled under the tower, double coil, breaks the Ice tether, and he's gonna go down. First blood to Ice, and a buyback from MUSHI. Oh boy, we got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, that's the power of maxing silence first right there. Like, he silenced him, and he couldn't do much for the longest time. And then he jumped out of the coil and just stunned himself first right in front of the tower. That was like a gift from MUSHI. And Iceiceice desperately needed that. He caught, like, they're like dead even in experience now after that.
Look at MUSHI. He's got no coil, and he's just diving the tier 2, trying to zone him back. Ultimately, it's 2 kills or 2 towers to take the match. And right now, MUSHI, he did give up first blood, but he's still doing decently in terms of net worth. Level-wise, it's pretty even, and he is pushing the tower. I mean, if you want to play this the long way, can you just try and push the win?
With this matchup, I don't think it's going to come down to towers. Puck is not good at pushing towers. He may get the tier 1, but I think you're definitely going to come down to getting 2 kills. Because these 2 heroes can kill each other so easily.
Yeah, Puck is a very frail hero, and there's the silence, and if he can't get off his nukes, we've seen very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Iceiceice, now level 8.
It's going to be completely up to who uses their spell better. Simply put. Whoever uses their spells better in which order is going to be really important as well.
Okay, now 10 minutes in nearly. 1-0 in favor of Iceiceice. Now that the phase shift actually timed it perfectly.
Yeah, that was really well timed. It's very hard to do that. Yeah. It may look pretty easy just watching it. That is not easy to do. Yeah,
because if you use it too early, then you get hit on the back end. If you use it too late, you get damaged already.
Yeah, you just have to time it perfectly or else it will not work.
The margin for error, razor thing. Now Iceiceice will send his courier bottom, but it's a regen rune for MUSHI. CS still going MUSHI's way. Net worth onto Iceiceice. And remember, he did give up a courier kill. Now in 1v1, you only get your share of it. You don't get all 5 heroes worth.
Yeah, and the first blood is going to make up for the difference in the net worth for sure.
And then some. MUSHI, he's gone for a fresh pair of observers. His dying pretty soon. Iceiceice still not buying any of his own. Oh, sorry, he does have one. Just placed it bottom.
Is that his second set, or no? He just placed his second one.
I've seen some of the players have been, like, they'll drop the observer wards and hide them behind their tower, maybe so their opponent doesn't know, but in this case, he just places it straight away. So, pretty defensive play now for MUSHI. It seems like he's a little discouraged to go in and force another fight.
Yeah, they're super close on gold, too. If you look, they pretty much have, like, the exact same items. Well, they just bought in a belt on Iceiceice, which is going to help a lot, but they pretty much are very, very close as far as items go.
Yeah, it seems like Iceiceice is just going to try and use all his inventory slots. You can see he's dropping his Belt of Giant Strength and his Null Talisman, getting as much as possible out of the bottle charges. And is he going to send it back with 1 charge left? He is. So if you don't really need the regen, then the courier moves faster when the bottle's not empty, and Iceiceice is taking advantage of that now.
Yeah, that's really smart technique. A lot of solo players do that. They figure it out. It's like, it's not worth taking like the 30% movement speed slow just for like taking that 1 extra bottle charge. So very smart by him.
Now MUSHI, Belt of Giant Strength for him. Identical build so far. Well, if there's no difference in build, then it comes down to play. And so far, it's just been MUSHI who had the early advantage, but threw it away, now trying to bounce back.
Yeah, that seems to be a trend.
Well, MUSHI likes to make life hard for himself, and then
he likes the long games. He's in it for the long haul.
He wants to put on a show, and the silence comes out. He'll clear off the wave. 12-minute rune's coming soon, and it looks like MUSHI's got the position to have an advantage here. Silence from Iceiceice, no mana to go.
He needs the rune, or else he'll have to keep playing defensive because he will not have the mana.
And Viz bottom, and Iceiceice with the ward. He knows it's there, and he's going to get it. So MUSHI, there's nothing for him to do. There's no creeps here. He knows the rune's bottom as well because of his observer ward. So, is he going back to base? No, just bottle.
Just bottle crowing.
Exciting.
Very exciting. They're just going to spam lanes out. As soon as one of them makes a mistake, most likely, you get hit by an orb. The other may just capitalize and jump in on it if they are feeling brave.
And there we see what you mean. He phase shift, it wasn't quite perfect, and he gets hit with the level 1 phase shift by the orb.
Yeah, it's not very easy.
But once they both level up phase shift, I feel like it might be a lot harder for them to find kills.
Oh, it will be much harder to hit that orb. If you have level 2 phase shift, you can just do it as soon as it's near you, and you'll be clear.
Okay, so then my question for you, Fear, is where are we going to go from here? Looks like it's pretty even. Iceiceice just needs 1 kill. What kind of items would you have in mind if you're a Puck versus Puck?
Did he just opt to finish his shreds on Iceiceice yet? Oh, no, he's going Necrobook. So that's one thing I was saying. A very popular item in these 1v1 so far is Necrobook because it is super strong 1 versus 1. And secondary, if they don't want to fight you, it's a great pushing tool. So Iceiceice is going to take advantage of that, and he's going to go straight for the Necrobook, which I think is a great choice. MUSHI opted for Treads, which I think will make him a little stronger for the time being. Yeah. But if he doesn't do anything about this Necrobook and just gets in a farming war, I think Iceiceice will just push down his towers and just get a gold lead.
Orbs being flung out from both directions. Both players fairly healthy. Iceiceice starting to drop a bit. MUSHI, he's got a coil. Iceiceice trying to bait MUSHI into his tower, but MUSHI playing it safer this time, and he'll back off. The Necrobook's still a bit of a ways off, though. He's got about 1,000 gold to go for that. It's a long time not to have the item. There's still a big window here for MUSHI.
Yeah. And
now,
you can see he was pressing his advantage there, just playing super aggressive because he knows with the strength treads on, he has a much more attack speed than him, he has more HP as well, and he can just be a lot stronger in this stage of the game. But if he doesn't make something happen soon, the build, Mushi's build will be a lot worse than Iceiceice in the late game.
Yeah, 14 minutes in, it could be the late game for some 1v1, but this one, it's got a grinder feel about it. It continues to go on. Neither player overwhelming their opponent. Mushi's still getting the nice auto attack trades, but not securing any kills. It feels like if he hadn't messed up if he hadn't been so greedy with that first blood, he might have been in a better position and got a courier kill, but Iceiceice finding a way back into this game.
Yeah, Iceiceice, he got gifted basically when he got that first blood, and this game would be very, very different if Mushi would have just played passive and just found the right opportunity instead of trying to force it.
Of course, if you're a Southeast Asian Dota player, hell, if you're a Dota fan, you know how Mushi likes to play. He's aggressive, sometimes to a fault, and maybe Iceiceice just playing on that. We saw earlier, he was sticking around very low. It seems like he wants to bait Mushi into over-aggression.
That's how Iceiceice plays, yeah. Like he likes baiting people for sure. Whenever I watch him play, he likes taunting. He's a big taunter, so I expect him to sit here and try and taunt him into a bad situation like he did last time. But it looks like he may get a tower if he keeps this up.
He's gone.
Yeah, the extra gold's going to help him a lot.
He's gone back for treads. In fact, he's going in on Mushi. The silence is there. He doesn't have a coil yet. It's too late to go. And now the regen rune for Mushi. So in the end, he'll be back to full HP and full mana suit.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate for Iceiceice. If he would have had his treads actually on intelligence instead of agility there, he would have had the mana for coil and probably went in for that.
Yeah, and if he gets that kill, that's it. So Mushi playing with fire, but slowly and surely he's winning this war of attrition on the tower. The tower, Glyph already down. It looks like the first tower is going to Mushi. Now Iceiceice at least going to have to go for a deny. There's a coil available.
Yep.
It's dropped by Mushi. He just got a tower. If he gets a kill, he could really turn this around. Iceiceice out of mana, maybe not enough though. Beautiful phase shift, and Iceiceice takes Mushi down, lives with 3 HP.
That was beautiful play by Iceiceice. He outplayed him twice there. He baited him the first time and just dodged the silence, which would have gave Orange Mushi a kill. So great play by Iceiceice there.
Timbersaw versus Timbersaw, and they're all getting excited. The crowd wants it. Iceiceice. He picked X versus S4 and lost, though. He beat the son of Magnus on Magnus. He couldn't beat him on his own hero. Will we see a repeat here?
I see a lot of people that lose on their own pick, so we'll see if that's going to be a trend throughout the tournament.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Very early on now, but we saw in Game 1 that Mushi is a very aggressive player, and Iceiceice just was able to punish it. Very good defensive play. I mean, fantastic mechanics. We saw great phase shift dodges from him. Mushi overextending at times and getting picked off. Will that happen again?
Yeah, quite simply, I think Iceiceice just outplayed Mushi that last game.
Yeah.
As far as spell usage goes.
Very different build already. I mean, we don't see much 1v1 Timbersaw, but you look at Mushi, he's gone for an early Stout Shield and a lot more regen, actually a bunch of stats too, whereas for Iceiceice, skips the Stout Shield, skips the Tangos, and going straight for a Bottle Rush.
I think most players go with the Stout Shield build because the common build is at level 3 or at level 4, whatever you prefer. You get 2 points in the reactive armor, which gives you a ton of armor, and if you have the Stout Shield on top of that, you can basically tank the creeps and just have a right-click war. So that's usually the normal build for Timbersaw's mid, but if both of them do it at the same time, who knows what's going to happen, because I've never seen Timbersaw versus Timbersaw mid before. Pretty awkward matchup. But I think if Mushi was to play this, he's going to just be really aggressive with the Stout Shield, with the reactive armor, leveled up, most likely at level 3, and just take trades, as many trades as he possibly can. No courier shenanigans. In fact, neither player opting to go for the rune this time. We saw Iceiceice scout it out last time. Mushi used the courier to scout. This time, both players focused on their creep block. And the creep's about to spawn. Yeah. Here we go. Game 2's underway.
The battle begins.
Back in the Fistful of Tangos was fun. You could actually block the creep wave with the courier.
Oh, yeah, Valve patched that.
Yeah, that got removed, so no more of that.
Yeah, they also added 1v1 partially because of that tournament.
Yeah.
So here we go. Mushi going to be blocking the wave. So far, Iceiceice looks like Mushi's getting the better block here. No, he'll let it creep through and scratch that thought. Iceiceice standing strong.
Yep.
So he'll have the high ground, but it's melee versus melee. It's not the biggest deal.
Yeah, they're both strength heroes, so the Whirling Death takes 15% of your primary tribute, so this Whirling Death is going to do a lot of damage in this middle lane.
Yeah, it's also going to be somewhat negated. We'll have to see. Both players using it at once and both sitting at the same strength. So 2 equal forces hitting each other. Nothing happens.
I still think I like Mushi's build a lot better. I think the Stout Shield is going to do him a lot more once he gets that reactive armor leveled up, because he can build charges of regen just by tanking creeps. And when he tanks the creeps and takes no damage from it because of the Stout Shield, that'll give him a clear edge, I think, throughout the early game.
Yeah, for now, MUSHI hits level 2 first. Now Iceiceice matching him and not really going for any auto attack trades. Both players just nuking the wave. It seems like maybe MUSHI isn't as confident in this matchup, but now a salve, checking the top rune, and it's a regen, so he knows. Iceiceice, the lane's about to push though, so if he wants the rune, he'll have it. And in fact, he may go for it now. Heading towards the top side, seems like he wants to position himself towards it. In come more creeps, he'll push out one more wave, and wouldn't be surprised if he goes to that point.
Yeah, and he went for a bottle rush too, so if Iceiceice gets it, that'll be really great for him. He'll be able to spam MUSHI out of the lane and take the trades that MUSHI kind of needs to win the lane because of the item build he went for.
Yeah, both Timbersaws taunting each other. I wonder if Valve has any Timbersaw versus Timbersaw lines. Because for anyone who doesn't know, there are some lines. Oh, here we go. A lot of harassment. And MUSHI, he'll get this regen rune. So Iceiceice bottle first, but denied the rune. The 2-minute rune is spawning soon.
That's very important, yeah.
Should MUSHI wait for a double spawn, or should he just come back mid?
He's just trying to. He's gonna wait for the double spawn. I think there's no point like going back now. He just needs 3 seconds, but he's gonna just ignore me and just go back anyway.
Rune ends up spawning bottom, and I think he did a vision of it at the end there. It is gonna be an invis rune. I mean, if you surprise the enemy Timbersaw, he just uses all the same spells you do. I guess the question is, here, what build should they go for? Because Iceiceice already playing Timber Chain, whereas MUSHI, we'll have to see what he does. He's not level 4 yet.
In the mid lane, there's not many opportunities to actually use the Timber Chain, so it's very popular that people just max the Whirling Death. So I think that's probably the safer route to go. You'll push the lanes out faster, you'll probably get more runes, and you'll do more harass damage. So I definitely think MUSHI's build right here is probably going to be a little more stable. He's going to be able to tank more if he does it properly, but it looks like Iceiceice is going for the pure DPS route. Iceiceice is going to Timber Chain and Whirling Death with only 1 point in reactive armor. But, yeah, we'll see. He's really going all in here, I think, in my opinion.
It also could be the bait MUSHI build, because if MUSHI doesn't know he has Timber Chain and he dives Iceiceice, and Iceiceice hooks away, the tower kills him, maybe it's that. We'll have to see if he even shows the Timber Chain, because MUSHI, otherwise we'll have to keep a really close eye on how much plus armor Iceiceice has, else he may not know what skill build he's gone for.
Yeah. And he's not going to tank too many creeps because he didn't go for the Stout Shield to build the reactive armor. And he didn't level it up either, so there's no point tanking creeps within too many creeps. But MUSHI's obviously should be showing that he has reactive armor level 2. If Iceiceice has a plan here, I don't know what it will be, but it looks like he's going for just the pure aggressive build here.
I mean, that's what we've seen with Zenith. Even though they pick the weirdest heroes, there always is a plan. There's a method to the madness, and I imagine there's a method to this madness, but for now, we're just going to have to wait and see what it is. MUSHI, as we so often see, he's winning the CS war. Can he transition it into a real advantage? Can he find kills? Can he actually win the match, or is he just going to out-CS him? I mean, that's always a question with MUSHI.
It always is indeed.
And now, we continue to farm. 18-5 for MUSHI, 14-2 for Iceiceice. Both heroes getting close to level 6, and is that the point where we might see some more killing, or are they just going to keep on farming and war of attrition style Dota?
I think for Iceiceice, he's definitely, I'm curious to see what he's leveling up. He just won 1 point in Timber Chain. That is really weird. But yeah, once they get 6, they're going to just joust back and forth. And if they see an opportunity, if one takes too much damage, I think one will go for it. And he actually got a blind Whirling Death on him right there. That was quite fortunate. He was just farming.
And he just bought something, I believe.
Boots?
Iceiceice, I think he just bought, I thought I saw a headdress there. Maybe not.
No, I don't.
I'm hallucinating. It's been a long day, man.
No, just boots. That would have been a pretty quick headdress in boots, though.
Yeah. I mean, do you want boots in this matchup?
Yeah, he can get in range to get his Whirling Death off, which I think is pretty important, and especially if Iceiceice doesn't go for it as well. And he has a DD rune, though, which will help him get he'll get a lead back in the CS if he does it correctly.
So level 6 now on MUSHI. He's got the clear burst damage advantage, but it's going to be interesting to see if he can actually kill Iceiceice or if it'll just be harassment.
He missed his Whirling Death there.
Yeah. Slight advantage for Iceiceice. Level 6 coming pretty soon. MUSHI leading in terms of CS, leading in terms of net worth. And in terms of items, doing all right so far. But with a DD up on Iceiceice, hard for MUSHI to fight.
And he probably still does not know he has a point in Timber Chain. It's going to be interesting to see, once again, it's like, is he going to just level up the Whirling Death, or is he going to go in for Timber Chain for like a surprise kill? Because the range does go up, so he can actually tower dive if he gets that leveled up.
And remember, it is pure damage, so your reactive armor is not going to help you against that. It's magic damage anyway. MUSHI could get caught by surprise, even with and especially with this DD rune. Could lead to his early demise.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a point in this game where MUSHI, he has the build which is more stable, and he'll get more CS with this build, as you can see. But Iceiceice will have the opportunity to kill him at some point.
Yeah, and MUSHI also with no point Timber Chain, if he has to run, he can't. Iceiceice can run him down. And this might be an opening here. 6-minute rune about to spawn. Iceiceice wants to contest. MUSHI He'll back off and he'll push out the wave. Iceiceice guessing top rune, and the rune's bottom. Pretty bad luck for the players guessing the runes these games.
It's going to be invisibility
Radiant's
again.
middle tower.
Yeah, MUSHI doesn't really want to fight him and actually take a fight right now. He just wants to kind of out-level him, get more items, and just, in the war of attrition, he just wants to come out ahead and just get... Oh, he went for a cloak.
It's all pure damage, isn't
Well,
it?
the Whirling Death is only pure if there's a tree nearby.
Okay.
So, if he's near trees, then he's screwed. But I do not think this is a very good item build, to be honest. But we'll see how it plans out for MUSHI.
Yeah, MUSHI, he's always trying to go next level. Here we go. They'll both throw out shotguns. Both players falling pretty low, but nobody dead just yet. And now, Invis is up and goes back in. Is he going to commit? Both players duking it out, but Iceiceice hooks away and almost kills MUSHI in the process. Now he knows the Timber Chain's there.
Yeah, the cloak isn't going to help him too much, to be honest. Especially if Iceiceice decides to tower dive him later on near the trees. Because like his ultimate is pure damage. The chain, if it hits, it's pure damage. So,
Interesting.
it'll be interesting indeed.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
he's just really afraid of the Whirling Chain harass damage early game.
you know, we've also seen a lot of cloaks from other matchups where it makes more sense. Like we've seen Shadow Fiends getting early cloaks. Obviously, he's got a lot of regular magic damage. I wonder if MUSHI is just sort of on autopilot at this point. It's been a long day. Not for him, but watching all these games, at least I'm exhausted. So we'll see. Now Observer wards for MUSHI. Iceiceice says, well, I've already got my wards. He's got one part towards the rune and one scouting the river as well. So.
And MUSHI has 2 wards coming out to him as well right now, so he can get some vision up.
So both players farming, CS very even, skill build at this point is pretty similar. MUSHI, now it's point in Timber Chain, 2 points in reactive armor. Iceiceice slightly behind in experience, but not that much. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, now this is one of the games where I think it might go a while. Timbersaw is not an easy hero to kill, especially in mid lane, because the pure damage just isn't there when the trees aren't there.
Both players, they want that top rune, and they're both on its bottom. It's a DD again. I mean, maybe if you got a double, 2 runes in a row, but nothing like that coming yet. MUSHI hooking forward. He's got a slight lead here, it looks like. Oh, slow Iceiceice hooks up to the high ground. Backstabbing MUSHI. MUSHI low. MUSHI, however, still alive, driven off the rune. And Iceiceice says, that's mine. Back off, buddy.
He went for the safe play there. Maybe he could have went in for the kill there. He had one more chain up, but...
Is he going to blind go up the river? Or up the hill? He's got a ward.
He does have level 2 Timber Chain, so the reach is a little bit further than MUSHI has, which is, like I said, is going to play a factor later on in the game when it comes to, like, if they want a man fight, Iceiceice will be ahead in it.
Yeah. For now, he's not forcing it, but he is kind of zoning MUSHI off the tower. Nice MUSHI. He's healing up, but this DD rune's pretty scary. No, not without a creep wave. Iceiceice going to back. Here comes the bottle. Bottle crowing once again. So Arcane Boots up for Iceiceice. MUSHI, with that early cloak, he's not going to have a pair. Otherwise, he could.
Yeah.
And that, to be honest, it's not doing a thing for him right now. That cloak.
He doesn't have a magic stick either, which is really weird.
Now he's getting one, but Arcane Boots significantly delayed. And here comes Iceiceice continuing to farm. 44-5, slight lead in CS now for him. MUSHI, who once had the CS lead, I think in the war of the attrition, the Arcane Boots are going to be a big advantage for Iceiceice.
Yeah, this cloak is starting to really hurt him.
Yeah, that would be his Arcane Boots right now.
It would be, yeah.
If he hadn't gone back for the Magic Stick. And also the Stout Shield, it's great in those first few levels, but at this point, the nuke damage from Timbersaw is the vast majority of it. The creeps aren't doing too much against level 2 reactive armor.
Yeah, I don't think he played too aggressively when he went with that build he did go. And it's pretty obvious to see that Iceiceice kind of knows this matchup a little better than MUSHI. And MUSHI probably doesn't really play this at all. So Iceiceice has that advantage over him.
Yeah, and whereas Puck, I mean, Iceiceice, he's played quite a bit of that. So maybe that's the secret to his success. Both players, they got their choice of heroes. We end up with these 2 matchups based on them. Now MUSHI picking up an Invis in bottom. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard to go on Iceiceice, but knowing MUSHI, he might try anyway.
He will not come out on top on that. So he needs to just farm, yeah, and he breaks it just to get a last hit.
Yeah, for now, Iceiceice, in terms of level, both players pretty much dead even in terms of experience. Slight lead for MUSHI. He's getting close to level 9, but I mean, is there a point where this matchup changes? Is there an item that they can get or a certain level where the players get more aggressive, or is it just going to come down to when they feel like fighting?
Right now, I find it very hard for Iceiceice to lose this because, as you can see, he can just spam his abilities because he has the Arcane Boots, whereas MUSHI, he does not have any way to regenerate his mana other than Bottle Crowing. So if Iceiceice wants to just spam to harass him like you see him do all the time, he's just going to be on the defensive. You see he buys a salve up, which is going to put him even further behind. So if Iceiceice keeps his cool and control and he gets his levels up, I have a hard time seeing him losing this one.
Maybe if there's some awful rune luck, it could turn things.
Yeah, rune luck, maybe just getting overconfident, something like that.
Generally, it's been MUSHI with the overconfidence in the 1v1s, and he's winning in spite of it sometimes, or maybe because of it, depending on the case. But Iceiceice, hey, he said he's hungry in the lobby, so maybe he'll say, screw it, man, I want to fight. Let's go to game 3 if we need to, or let's end it here.
Well, if he's hungry, he probably just wants to try and win this one.
Yeah, he'll go in for MUSHI. Chakram as well, a big jump. Will he leap again? He's got a fresh Timber Chain. He's looking for it, throws it and misses. Now MUSHI, unfortunately, still on the run. Iceiceice just pursuing him to the ends of the earth, salving up. He really wants this MUSHI kill. Hooks forward. He's got a Chakram here. MUSHI, the 12-minute rune coming pretty soon. Slowed down. Can he get away? He's still running right around the Rosie. We're not done yet.
As you can see, the arcane boots on Iceiceice, yeah, he was able to use so many abilities right there. Whereas MUSHI, he just can't spam. If he would have took the fight, he would have died. Because he just get more abilities off when you have those arcane boots up.
And now it's a haste rune for Iceiceice, so...
Oh, that's dangerous.
More ways to set up that Timber Chain. And I think if that second Timber Chain hit, he might have actually gotten the kill.
Yeah, it definitely would have, but MUSHI moved really well, so he couldn't get hit by it, so there is no chance of him dying there. He saw he has 15, they both have 15 stick charges, actually, so they're both keeping that into account when diving recklessly. So he's just going to use that haste rune just to bottle up.
Now Iceiceice, despite the CS only being 7 off, is leading by nearly 700 gold, and it's those salves for MUSHI. The cloak not doing anything, and not having quite as much mana regen, being forced to ferry himself salves, and not getting the runes either. He's bottle crowing, but Iceiceice getting runes and having arcane boots. He's winning this war of attrition. He's almost up 1,000 gold.
Yeah, look what item he's getting too. He's going Blade Mail.
Blade Mail.
That's
man,
really good.
That's a
manly
item. That's a let's fight kind of item. And the thing is, if MUSHI wants to run, a lot of his abilities will damage Iceiceice.
Yeah, he'll just chase him down if he doesn't want to fight. And if he wants to fight, he's going to kill himself. So I think Blade Mail makes a lot of sense here.
Very clever item from Iceiceice, but we'll have to see if it pays off. CS still pretty close. You just have that sense that Iceiceice is going to go for the jugular pretty soon.
Yeah, he may wait for the Blade Mail. He may not. Maybe he'll wait for level 11. Who knows? But MUSHI still doesn't have his arcane boots. It looks like he's saving up for that, but he keeps having to ferry out these salves, which is just putting him further and further behind.
Now Iceiceice killing off the wave. Both players throwing out chakrams. Iceiceice positioning maybe for a Timber Chain. He might look to dive MUSHI here. No, not going for it yet. 14-minute rune coming pretty soon.
Yeah, LD, I think we're in for probably a long game here.
All right, guys. Get yourselves a drink if you need it, because we might be here a while.
Maybe not if Iceiceice goes really aggressive when he gets the Blade Mail. Who knows? It's up to him.
MUSHI, I'll go into the side shop. For anyone who doesn't know, you can chop from the side shop here, for those new to Dota, if you walk into the Roshan pit. So arcane boots for MUSHI. And now he'll wait for the 14-minute rune, and no luck. It stopped.
What is he going to get is the question.
Dire's
Illusion
middle
rune.
tower is under attack.
Unfortunately, illusions are not useful at all versus Timbersaw.
If anything, it's just going to get his reactive armor stacks up faster and make him harder to kill.
Yeah, so Timbersaw is like a direct counter to pretty much all illusion-based heroes. Pure damage, mass AoE.
And he's also a counter to Timbersaw, apparently, because neither player can kill each other. So far. He's backstabbing. Is he going to pull this wave out and then dive MUSHI? Hooks in, chakram forward.
Nice dodge.
Both players, juking and driving.
But they can't really do much about it. This hero has no stun. And what they're actually even doing here, oh, one tree regrew, that's great. But eventually they're going to kill all the trees here. And if there's no trees, they can't really kill each other. But luckily, we're getting respawned trees, which is pretty funny to say, but that's really important in this matchup.
It's a very interesting, I mean, hey, it's interesting. One mechanic we haven't seen much of lately. Poking forward is Iceiceice. The tower is starting to drop as well. So in a war of attrition, tower-wise, he's coming out on top. But I got to say, if Timbersaw versus Timbersaw comes down to towers, I will be thoroughly disappointed.
They're going to start building necro books.
Yeah, maybe. For now, Iceiceice, Blade Mail, I mean, like you said, seems to be coming. Does he have the recipe yet? No, not just yet. It's not far off, though. Do things change completely once he gets that?
Well, as far as like MUSHI wanting to fight him back, which he doesn't even want to do, yes, but if he wants to tower dive still, it really depends on how many trees are there, because if MUSHI positions himself well, he won't get a kill.
MUSHI, he had a hook there, but doesn't want to jump on Iceiceice. Not under his tower. Blade Mail about to come out, and still MUSHI waiting. We'll check the rune. The courier's coming back for both players. CS still pretty even. It's an 800 gold lead for Iceiceice, and you could just see the salves that MUSHI... He probably did ferry about 8 salves, or close to it, at least 5 or 6, and the cloak as well. It's making the difference.
Dire's
Yeah.
middle tower
I
is
still,
under
to be
attack.
honest with you, I don't understand that cloak pickup, but
I don't know if Mushi understands that cloak pickup either. Invisibility rune will spawn bottom. Mushi, the first one to scout it out, throwing out the chakram and slowing Iceiceice down. And he could have hooked up the hill, but probably would have died in doing so. So Mushi, once again, not the most useful rune, but he will get an invis.
yeah. I'm wondering if Iceiceice is going to push the wave now and go for the tower. There is Glyph up, so maybe he can get a deny off it, but he is going to push it and force something out. Mushi will probably just spam it out right back at him.
Yeah, you can spam out the wave for so
Oh, he's
long.
going for the deny already.
Already? So I guess he just wants to ensure he gets the deny? Is that the goal here?
Is he going to miss it, though, is the question. No,
Mushi. Better not miss it with the
Dire's
creeps
middle
hitting
tower
him.
has been denied.
Nails it. The
Got him.
tower goes to Iceiceice.
Yeah.
Now maybe one away from a 2-0 sweep. And there's your blade mail. Oh boy, here we go. Get ready for some Iceiceice Dota.
Yeah, in this case, I'm just curious what Mushi thinks he's going to go for.
Do you think the Necrobook is better than a blade mail here? Or?
It's really good here for two reasons. First reason is you can push with it. The second reason is, oh wow, he might actually go for
Going
this.
for it, Mushi hooking back. Iceiceice on the chase, but the invis rune. Can he timber chain this blind? No. No, he will!
Oh.
Nails it! Ice! What a monster! And the first blood, and Mushi's gonna GG out.
Oh my god.
Ice, he's your 1v1 solo champion. What a player.
What a way to end that, absolutely. Just a blind hook into a whirling death. That was just an incredible prediction.
So now you can have it. Congratulations. Did you enjoy playing each other? Was that fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. What about you?
他问什么？他问你能不能？他问你
真的，
快，他问我什么？他讲好不好玩？
哦啊，we are having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you guys giving each other looks through, so I know you guys were having a good time. Congratulations. It was a lot of fun to watch. Back to you.